Hi, everybody, and welcome to this afternoon's broadcast of Solano Falcon Baseball. I'm Greg Poff, along with my broadcast partner, Zach Kraft, here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium for today's matchup between the visiting San Mateo Bulldogs and your Solano Falcons. Should be an exciting game. San Mateo, one of the better teams in all of Northern California, coming in this afternoon. Always a good battle with the Falcons. And now for the starting lineups, here's my broadcast partner, Zach Kraft.
And the lineup for your visiting San Mateo Bulldogs, leading off we have Dane Van Gooch, second base, number 24. Hitting second, number 2, Joe Armstrong at the DH spot. Hitting third is number 20, Jared Costa in left field. Cleaning up is number 5, Brandon DeFazio at shortstop. Fifth, we have number 33, Logan Tobridge at catcher. Batting 6, we have number 3, Ryan O'Malley at third base. Batting 7, we have number 11, Chris Berry in right field. Batting 8th, we have number 12, Alan Smoot at first base. And batting 9th, we have number 8, Kalen Robinson at center field. And your pitcher for the San Mateo Bulldogs will be number 22, Zach Groats. For your home Solano Falcons, we'll have leading off number 6, Zach Wells in right field. We will have second, Aaron Brasher, catcher. Third, we will have Alex Crosby, first base. Batting cleanup, we'll have Justin Quillaton, JQ, playing second base. Batting fifth, we'll have number 1, Tucker Bishop at third base. Sixth, we'll have number 11, Nick Spinney at DH. Seventh, we have number 2, David Fernandez at shortstop. Eighth, we'll have number 3, Edgar Ibarra in center field. And 12th, we have Gio Torres. And your pitcher for the Solano Falcons today will be Anthony Pizzola. Now, here's Poff with the play-by-play.
Well, we're ready to go here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Leading things off for San Mateo will be Dane Van de Gooch, the second baseman. Well, things have really cleared up, Zach. Even the wind has died down from an hour ago. Pretty nice afternoon for baseball. Still some cloudy skies, though. Anthony Pizzola on the hill, and the first pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. Anthony Pizzola, his second start of the season. Very effective in the opening game at DVC on Friday. Next pitch to Van de Gooch. A little bit outside for a ball. Count now 1-1.
Yeah, Friday Pizzola pitched 5 innings, only gave up 1 earned run, 2 runs overall. Pitched a very good game.
Yeah, and he made really big pitches in that game as well when he had to. Next pitch inside corner for a strike. So Anthony Pizzola, actually a 3-year redshirt freshman with the Falcons, actually played a little bit of the infield last year, but back on the hill for Solano, and looks like he'll settle in as the number 2 starter for the Falcons. Next pitch, outside low for a ball. Count now even at 2-2.
A little worried on my way out to school today.
Yeah, when I got up this morning, I was thinking this game would be called. All right, Pizzola set, and a 2-2 pitch. Ring him up, strike 3 called. Van de Gooch looking, and so Pizzola starts the game off with a strikeout of the leadoff batter. Now coming up, Joe Armstrong, the designated hitter.
That ball was right there at the knees. I don't know what Van de Gooch was looking for there.
Yeah, it looked like Pizzola may have taken just a little bit off that one, and Pizzola will do an excellent job mixing his speed up with his pitches. Joe Armstrong, one of the top players in Northern California, usually plays center field, but today he's a designated hitter. First pitch by Pizzola over for a strike, so Pizzola looks pretty sharp as the game is just underway. Tuesday afternoon here at Solano Community College. Pizzola set, and the pitch takes a little off that one, and Armstrong fouls it straight back.
Armstrong, one of their better hitters with a 500 on-base percentage, but really only 2 hits and 9 at-bats.
Last year, Armstrong hit nearly 300, and preseason All-American coming into this year. That pitch a little bit low. So the count now 1-2. The San Mateo Bulldogs, one of the top baseball programs in all of California. Doug Williams at the helm in his 19th season. Pizzola taking his time, gets the sign, takes a little off that one, high, just above the letters. San Mateo in the road grays with the black numbers. Actually looks more like dark blue. And, of course, the Falcons in their royal blue tops and white bottoms. That one swing fouls it off. Count stays at 2-2. One out here in the first. Pizzola struck out Dane Van de Gooch, leading things off. Joe Armstrong, the second hitter.
Armstrong obviously seeing the ball well with his on-base percentage this year. Probably just unlucky with some probably line drive outs early games.
That one is lifted into right field. Zach Wells there settles under it and makes the catch. And boy, Zach Wells in those first two marathon games against DVC, that first one 20-inning game that Solano won, came back and won the second game as well. Zach Wells very busy in right field, an excellent outfielder for the Falcons, one of the best ball players in all of Northern California. So now the number 3 hitter up, Jarrett Costa. He'll be in left field. 2 up, 2 down for Pizzola. Zach looking pretty effective. This one lifted in out towards right field, but that'll go foul. Pizzola's done an excellent job thus far in this first inning, staying ahead of the hitters. Pizzola peers in, gets the sign from Brasher, the catcher. Wind picking up. Here comes the pitch, low and outside. That'll even the count at 1-1.
Yeah, Costa slumping a little in the early going, only hitting 1 for 11 in the first 3 games of the season.
Yeah, San Mateo comes in just 1-2 on the season. Next pitch by Pizzola. Looks like that was a little outside for a ball. Count 2-1. San Mateo since 1995 has averaged 32 wins a game. One of the top programs under Doug Williams. And a swing and a miss.
So don't look too much into the slow start. Expect them to play a pretty good game here.
Yeah, San Mateo has been to the Super Regionals the last 4 years. 2 years ago, made it to the state finals. All right, Pizzola really taking his time today. Now he's ready. And the pitch, this one is lifted to short center field, and JQ going back, settles under it, and makes the catch. So that'll do it for the top half of the first inning. No score as we go into the bottom of the first. All right, we're ready for the bottom of the first inning. Zach Wells getting things started. In the first 2 games, those victories against Diablo Valley College, Wells was batting in the 2 spot. Now moves up to the 1 spot, trades places with Aaron Brasher. He'll be the second hitter, and then Alex Crosby, as usual, in the 3 spot. Zach Groats on the hill. First pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. Zach, tell us a little bit about Groats, the pitcher for San Mateo.
Groats real good with this in his first start out, going 4 2/3 innings with 2 hits, 1 walk, good for 3 strikeouts. He's letting on less than 1 batter an inning. He gave up no runs. You're going to do pretty well with those kind of numbers.
Boy, and that was a nice pitch there. So Zach Wells down 2 strikes here. Zach Groats peers in, gets the sign from Lowbridge's catcher, and the next pitch takes something off that, and Zach Wells just goes with the pitch and laces it into center field. So Falcons getting things started here in the bottom of the first with the leadoff single by Zach Wells. Now coming to the plate, Aaron Brasher.
Good approach by Wells. A nice little line drive back up the middle. Something you want to see from your leadoff hitter.
Yeah, Zach Wells, I tell you, if you could just bottle a kid and say, here's the perfect student athlete, it would probably be Zach Wells. Excellent ball player, very coachable, and even a better student. So Aaron Brasher, right-handed batter, ready to go. Groat set, checks the runner, runner goes. Brasher tries to lay down a bunt and looks like he fouled that off for a strike. Wells back to first. Coach Stover, almost automatic. Get the leadoff runner on. You know that next batter, I don't care who it is probably going to be laying down a bunt and moving the runner over.
Yeah, I think he moved Wells to leadoff because Wells is the only Solano player with any stolen bases that opening weekend against DVC. He stole 2.
There he goes again. And stops, gets back. Pitch a little bit outside for ball. Count 1-1 now. Good eye by Brasher. Was squared around a bunt. Saw it was outside. Pulled the bat back. All right, Groats set. Brasher already in the bunting position. Throw over by Groats, but Wells back easily. There you see Bobby Campo over at first base, the first base coach for the Falcons.
Wells not leading too far off the bag. Not sure if he'll be going here.
Wells has good speed. And that pitch a little bit. No, catches the outside corner for a strike. Brasher thought that was a little outside, pulled the bat back, and now a 2-strike count. Maybe did that on purpose so we can swing away.
Yeah.
Brasher last year, most of the year, batting in the 2 spot. A lot of bunts last year. All right, Groats set. Count 1 and 2. Brasher set. Here comes the pitch. A little bit outside for a ball. Good eye by Brasher.
Yeah, it was a close pitch. Could have gone either way.
Brasher, of course, also the catcher, so pretty good eye of the strike zone. And also you get used to the umpire and how the umpire is calling the game. Really an advantage when you're at the plate. All right, count 2-2. 22 on the mound. Here's the pitch. A little bit outside and low. Boy, wind dying down, actually getting a little bit warmer.
Yeah. Turning into a nice afternoon.
Great afternoon for baseball here at Solano Community College. We're bringing you all the action here on the Solano College Sports Network. It's over by Groats, but Wells on the bag by the time the ball gets there.
Little wind blowing out to right field, but for the most part it's died down since batting practice.
And the wind will really swirl around here, especially once we get into March. Can really create havoc for opposing outfielders. Next pitch, swing, and Brasher just gets a piece of it. That time Groats went after him, challenged him, gave him the fastball right down the heart of the plate. Big cut by Brasher and fouls it back. So the count will remain at 2-2. Alex Crosby on deck for the Falcons, and then he'll be followed by Justin Quillita.
So bat's taking a little while. You wonder if Wells might take an extra step when leading off. See if he can get a good lead.
All right. And Groats ready. Here's the pitch, and Brasher hits it right to the second baseman, throws to to second for one, back to first. So there, Brasher knocks into the double play.
It's exactly what you don't want to lead off the game.
So the ball hit sharply, but the second baseman, Van de Gooch, right there, flips to the shortstop, DeFazio, and gets the ball over to first. Smoot at first base, so now 2 outs, nobody on, and the left-handed hitting Alex Crosby at the plate. Pitch by Groats, fouled back by Crosby.
I think Coach Stover's maybe thinking he should have sent that runner with the full count.
He's wishing Brasher would have got one of those bunts down. All right, Crosby set. Groats is ready. And the 0-1 pitch. Right at the knees for a strike. Nice pitch by Groats. Boy, both pitchers look pretty sharp today.
Yeah.
Pizzola 1-2-3 first. Groats gave up the leadoff single to Welts, but then gets Brasher to bounce into a double play. 2 outs, and he's got Crosby in a hole here. Here's the pitch. And this one a little dribbler to the third baseman, picks it up on a couple hops. Long throw, just in time. Nice play by the third baseman for San Mateo, and that retires the side. So Falcons get a hit, but no runs at the end of one, no score. All right, we're all set to get things underway here in the top of the second. Brandon DeFazio, the shortstop, number 5, leading things off for San Mateo. Brandon DeFazio, another one of those preseason All-Americans for the Bulldogs. First pitch by Pizzola, a little bit outside for a ball.
Fazio's the RBI leader for this Bulldog team in the early going. 3 RBIs in the opening weekend. Hitting .273.
Next pitch by Pizzola, a little bit high and outside for a ball. Count now 2-0. Last year, Brandon DeFazio hit .295, had 3 homers and 22 ribbies for the Bulldogs. Here's a pitch by Pizzola. Good eye by DeFazio. A little bit outside, count now 3-0. So Bulldogs looking to get the leadoff runner here with the walk. One pitch away from that, Pizzola, and he's set. And that's outside for a ball. So Pizzola, who looked sharp in the first inning, 4-pitch walk to Brandon DeFazio to start things off here in the second.
Fazio, base stealing threat, has 2 bases on the season already. Not someone you want to walk to lead off an inning.
So the Bulldogs with the leadoff runner aboard. Now up at the plate, the catcher Logan Trowbridge. Right-handed batter. Pizzola checks the runner and the pitch. Right down the heart of the plate for a strike. 0-1. Anthony Pizzola out of Pinole Valley High School. Graduated in 2010. Throw over by Pizzola, but DeFazio gets back easily. Crosby at first applying the tag, but no luck there. Pizzola really taking his time. Worked rather slowly there in the first inning. He's set. Checks the runner. And the pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike.
Probably working a little slower with a man on first base.
So no score here. Top of the second inning. Bulldogs runner on first. Logan Trowbridge, the catcher, at the plate. Pizzola checks the runner. Now he's set. And the pitch. Inside for a ball. Count now 1-2. Still a little bit of a breeze blowing out towards right field. Probably hear the wind in the broadcast kind of whipping through our headsets, but not nearly as bad as it was about an hour ago. Things have really calmed down. Pizzola set. And the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Nice change up there. Swung right through it.
Yeah, Pizzola has really good off-speed stuff, and he used that several times to get big outs in that first game against DVC to start the season back on Friday. Probably already aware of that opening game by the Falcons, but it took 2 days and 20 innings to finish before the Falcons finally came away with a 6-4 victory. All right, now up at the plate, Ryan O'Malley, the third baseman. One out here, runner on first. Anthony Pizzola pitching for the Falcons. And here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Nice pitch by Pizzola.
That's why you gotta love baseball. They're never gonna add a tie column to the standings.
I think maybe some of the players are wishing they would, though. On Saturday, that was a 2-day marathon, and then the Falcons played right after the finish of that game on Saturday. 7-inning victory over DVC. Next pitch low, DeFazio goes, throw down by Brasher, not in time. David Fernandez, the shortstop, coming over to make the catch. So Brandon DeFazio, a stolen base, now in scoring position. And I think that now gives DeFazio in 4 games, 3 stolen bases on the season. And Stover is going to have a little meeting as he heads out to the mound, calls all the infielders in. And Ryan O'Malley still at the plate.
Yeah, I don't know that he checked on the base runner before that pitch.
Well, it was kind of a delayed steal. Brandon DeFazio initially didn't go, and we apologize. We know with just the one camera for a broadcast, hard to get over there and see first base, but DeFazio, decent lead, waited until the ball was pitched, and then kind of a delayed steal, and able to get down there showing his excellent speed and beat the throw by Brasher, who has an excellent arm, one of the better throwing arms among all catchers in Northern California. So the count 1-1 to Ryan O'Malley. O'Malley hitting just 182 on the season. 2 hits and 11 at-bats. Does have a double. Here's a pitch by Pizzola. Lifted to center field, but Gio Torres there. Settles under it, makes the catch. Runner fakes going to third and then scampers back to second. So just a lazy fly ball out to mid-center field. Easy play for the freshman Gio Torres. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Runner on second for the Falcons, and now Chris Berry, the right fielder, steps in. Right-handed hitter.
Be nice for Psola to get out of this inning after the leadoff walk.
Yeah, so often those leadoff walks come back to bite you and end up as a run on the scoreboard. That pitch a little bit low and outside. Ball 1. So Chris Berry comes in looking for his first hit on the season. Pizzola checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Takes a little off that one. Nice pitch by Pizzola. Nothing Berry could do with that one. Evens the count at 1-1. 2 outs here. Top of the second inning. No score. Bulldogs trying to get something on the board here, though, with 2 outs in the second. Pizzola set. Takes a little off that one as well, but low. Actually hits the dirt before it gets to the plate. Count 2-1.
Barely hitless in his first 8 at-bats this season, but he'd like to get his first RBI.
And he's making contact. Only 1 strikeout, so he's hitting the ball, just hasn't been able to put it in play to get that first base hit. He'd like to get that right now, get the Bulldogs on the board. Throw by Pizzola. DeFazio gets back easily, just under the applied tag by Fernandez. Ball got away from Fernandez anyway.
Yeah.
That wind's picking up a little bit more. You can really see that flag blowing out in center field. All right, so Chris Berry, 2-1 count. Pizzola on the hill. And the pitch. And this is Ripper right to third baseman. Tucker Bishop dives towards the bag, makes the catch, and gets his pitcher Pizzola out of a jam. Big play by the freshman at the end of 1.5 innings of play. Bulldogs can't capitalize on the leadoff walk. No score. All right, we're all ready to go. Things just getting underway here in the bottom of the second. J.Q. Justin Quilliton leading things off for the Falcons here in the bottom of the second. No score. Grote's first pitch to J.Q. fouled back out of play. Woo! Wind really picking up, stuff blowing all over the place here.
Quillitan with a good opening weekend, going 6 for 13 with a double and a home run, 3 RBIs.
Yeah, he was raking. Next pitch, nice pitch by Grotes, catches the outside corner. Yeah, it was J.Q. who hit that big bomb in the 20th inning to get the Falcons that win. Had a big hit in the second game as well. All right, Zach Grotes. Here's the pitch. Takes a little off that one. J.Q. fooled way out in front of it. Ring him up, strike 3. So Zach Grotes, first strikeout of the game. And now he gets to face Tucker Bishop, the kid out of Benicia, who really had a sensational opening weekend for the Falcons. Comes in hitting .545, 1 double, 1 triple, 3 RBIs. Not a bad opening weekend for the freshman. Here's the first pitch by Grotes to Bishop, a little bit outside for a ball. Jarrett Costa in left for the Bulldogs. Kalen Robinson in center. Chris Berry in right. Grotes ready. And the second pitch to Bishop just outside. Count now 2-0. Good eye by the freshman. Bishop not that big in stature, but he's got some pop in his bat. Grotes ready. And the pitch. Outside again for a ball. Grotes pitching very carefully to Tucker Bishop here with 1 out. Bottom of the second, no score. San Mateo visiting the Solano Falcons here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Field. There's the first strike by Grotes. Gets the count to 3-1. Tucker Bishop, 5'6", 160 pounds. Big rip there. Can't quite catch up to the fastball by Groats. Count now 3-2. Groats looking in, got the sign, and the pitch. Fouled back, count remains full, 3-2. Just one out here, bottom of the second. Groats started the inning off with a strikeout of Justin Quilliton. Now facing Tucker Bishop, Nick Spini, the designated hitter, on deck. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, big pitch by Groats, and gets a strikeout of one of the hottest hitters in the Bay Valley Conference. Tucker Bishop heads back to the bench, and now with 2 outs, Nick Spini comes up to hit.
That pitch a little high and outside, and he just couldn't lay off of it. Blew it by him.
Got his money's worth on the swing, but comes up empty. Here's the first pitch. Spini, swing and a miss. Nick Spini, second year for the Falcons. Last year, season cut short by a broken wrist. But he's back and healthy, ready to go. This one ripped to third, gets by the third baseman, Ryan O'Malley, and Spini's rounding first, and it gets by the left fielder. He's into second, round second. He'll stay there. And so, not sure if that's going to be an E on the third baseman, or they'll just say that was a little too hard to handle, but certainly the left fielder getting over there, Jarrett Costa, will be an error as he misjudges the ball, can't come up with it cleanly, and Spini now at second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. So we'll give Spini a base hit and then an E7. And David Fernandez, the shortstop for the Falcons, comes up with a runner in scoring possession. Falcons trying to get on the board first here. Bulldogs had a chance in the top half of the inning, but couldn't get the runner home from second base. That was Brandon DeFazio. And now with the Falcons, chance to do the same. Big lead by Spini. This one fouled, and it's out of play. Couldn't quite tell if that hit in front of the plate or behind, and I think the umpire was trying to decide that as well with the delayed call, but I think it was the right one. He's even kind of smiling and says something to the catcher for the Bulldogs as he gets back behind home plate.
Yeah, those kinds of plays, you really hope the umpire's quick in his judgment, or they could lead to, I think last season the Dodgers turned a triple play when the umpire called it. He didn't know what to call it, actually. He called it one thing, first base umpire called it another, and it ended up being a triple play.
Boy, too, you look at Solano, and that royal blue kind of reminds you of the Dodgers, especially when you see the road grays. From the back, it looks just like the Dodger unis. Looked like Fernandez was around a bunt, pulls the bat back, goes as a strike. And so the count 0-2. Groats needs a big pitch here, get out of this little jam, and really through no fault of his own. Yeah, tough chance for the third baseman, Ryan O'Malley. But if Costa gets behind him, fields it cleanly, Spini's still at first base, not in scoring position. Fernandez, a pretty good hitter, just a freshman out of Armio High School. Comes in hitting 286. Oh, good pitch by Groats. Took a little bit off that one and fooled Fernandez. Fernandez strikes out, leaving Nick Spini stranded at second at the end of 2. Still no score. All right, we're set to get the third inning underway. Alan Smoot, the first baseman, leading things off for the Bulldogs. Pizzola still on the mound and starts off Smoot with the ball right over the plate for a strike.
It's looking like this might be Smoot's first start. Listed as an outfielder, we're playing first base today. Only one at-bat in the first 3 games.
Next pitch by Pizzola, just a little bit low. Count now 1-1, and what a lot of the head coaches do on both teams, trying to get players a chance to play, move guys around, see who eventually are going to be the starters once you start conference play. Swing and a miss by Smoot on the next pitch by Pizzola. That'll even the count at 1-1. And I think that was a real advantage for the Falcons. That opening game went 20 innings. Coach Stover, he was able to look at most of his pitching staff. Next pitch, just a slow roller. Bishop lets Fernandez get it. Long throw. Crosby with the stretch and gets him. Nice play. Fernandez, excellent range over at shortstop. And that's one of the reasons why Coach Stover is so big on this freshman out of Armio at shortstop. He's just got a long, lanky body. He can really cover a lot of ground there at shortstop, and we saw it on that last play. Excellent play by the freshman.
Good strong throw, too. That ball wasn't hit too hard. He really had to put some zip on it to get it over there in time.
So now Kalen Robinson steps in, and this one is a dribbler hit to Crosby, throws over to Pizzola on the run. Nice execution by the Falcons. Gets the second out here in the third. So that'll be 3-1 for the second out. Now we go back to the top of the lineup, and Dane Vandegooch will be the third hitter here in the third. Second baseman for the Bulldogs struck out to open the game back in the first. Vandegooch, the left-handed hitter, ready. Pizzola's first pitch.
Gooch struck out looking in his first at bat. I expect him to, be a little more aggressive here.
And I'm not sure what the umpire called. I don't think the PA guy on the scoreboard, because there's still not a pitch up there. Next pitch, obviously a strike.
I think first pitch was a ball.
I thought it was too, but I didn't see the call from the umpire, and then I was waiting for the scoreboard to put it up. I think he was wondering the same thing. So we'll say the count's 1-1. 2 outs here. Top of the third. Pretty quick inning so far for Pizzola. Pizzola looking like the Pez dispenser out there. Vandegooch ready. Here's the pitch. Boy, another close pitch, but goes as a ball, so the count now 3-1. And again, from our vantage point here in the Solano College Sports Network broadcast booth, we're over on the first base side. It's a little different angle. This one lifted, but foul. Out of play over to the left field side of the field. Wind now shifting a little bit towards center field before blowing out towards right. So the count now full. 2 outs here, top of the third. Pizzola's pitch, and this one's lifted to right center. Torres going back, Wells going over, Wells under it, and makes the catch for the third out. So 3 up, 3 down for Anthony Pizzola. He's on cruise control as we go into the bottom of the third. Still no score. All right, we're ready to get things underway here in the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Falcons, left fielder Edgar Ibarra. He'll be followed by Gio Torres, the center fielder, and then we'll go back to the top of the lineup, and Zach Wells will be the third hitter. First pitch, and this is bounce foul just behind home plate. Edgar Ibarra, just another one of those talented freshman outfielders. 5'7", not very big, about 130 pounds freshman out of Rodriguez, but Rodriguez, excellent team last year. One of the top high school teams in Northern California. Big reason was the play of Edgar Ibarra. Here's the next pitch, and it's ripped, but right to the shortstop. DeFazio fields it on a hop, throws to first, and retires the runner. Other than the tough grounder to the third baseman in the last inning, it's been a very well played game defensively. And I still gave Spini a hit on that one, but could be an error as well. Nonetheless, we're set to go with 1 out here in the bottom of the third, and up at the plate, Gio Torres takes the first offering by Groats right over the plate for a strike. Zach Groats, the right-handed pitcher on the hill. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a little dribbler, but foul to the first base side of play.
Really, both pitchers pitching really well in the early goings here. After giving up that first hit, Pizzola's really settled in, striking out the side in the last inning. Even after the first hit, got the double play to get out of it. He's retired everyone since.
Yeah,
with the exception of the error or hit.
And the next pitch. And Torres goes with it. Slow roller to second. Nice play by the second baseman, Dane Vandegoot, to get the throw just in time to beat the speedy Torres. Nice hustle by Torres getting down the base pass. So just like you were talking about, another out, and both pitchers really getting through the lineup pretty quickly. Zach Wells now started things off for the Falcons in the bottom of the first with a clean base hit out to right center. Now comes up with 2 outs here in the third. Fastball a little bit low for a ball. Zach Groats, sophomore pitcher at a Burlingame High School. Next pitch at the knees for a strike. Nice pitch by Groats. Evens the count at 1-1. Groats doing an excellent job working both sides of the plate. Excellent command of his pitches so far. And the 1-1 pitch. This is fouled. Umpire calls it foul. Was kind of waiting. He wasn't real adamant about the call and let the play kind of go through.
Little confusion. Wasn't sure how charitable he was feeling.
So the count now 1-2 with 2 outs here. Bottom of the third, no score. Groats ready. And the pitch. And this one is lifted but foul to the first base side of play. Count stays at 1-2. If Wells should get aboard, Aaron Brasher, the catcher, on deck for the Falcons. Groats taking a little more time. Now he's set. And the pitch, this one is hit sharply, but right to the second baseman, Dane Vandegoot. Throws over to first baseman, Alan Smoot. And the side retired. 3 up, 3 down. Excellent inning by Zach Groats. And at the end of 3 innings of play, no score. We are ready to get things started here. Top of the fourth, still no score. Looks like we're setting up for a dandy of a pitching duel here. Pizzola still has yet to give up a hit. And he's set. First pitch to Joe Armstrong, a little bit low for a ball. Count 1-0. And the last time these two teams hooked up, Zach, it was right here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium about a year ago. Tremendous pitching duel in that game. Ryan Anderson. And the next pitch, a little bit high for a ball, actually took a 2-hit shutout into the 9th inning, leading 1-0, but couldn't hold the lead. Big error by Crosby, who was playing third at that time. That really is the reason why he ended up now playing first, but the Falcons lost that thrilling game 2-1. Next pitch over for a strike by Pizzola. Count now 2-1.
Joe, need you. I'll do something, baby.
So Joe Armstrong at the plate. Next pitch, a little bit outside for a ball. Count now 3-1. Pizzola gave up a leadoff walk to Brandon DeFazio in the second, but Bulldogs couldn't cash him in. Close to doing hit here in the fourth. That one low, so leadoff runner on board. Another walk by Pizzola. And that was the one area where Pizzola may have struggled a little bit in the opening game. I think he gave up 4 walks in that opening game and 5 innings of work to DVC. But also in that game, he made really big pitches to get out of jams as well. So leadoff runner aboard. Now up at the plate, Jarrett Costa, the left fielder. Costa popped up to Justin Quilliton to end the first inning. Pizzola set, and the pitch. This is hit into shallow right field. Could be trouble, but just foul.
Pizzola actually gave up 3 walks in that first game. You just got to kind of wonder if it takes him a couple extra pitches to get warmed up coming into every inning.
And a couple times in that game, 2 times I remember in particular, he was pitching to Devin Alexander, by far the best hitter for DVC, and really pitch carefully around him. And the thing they didn't do is give Alexander a chance to beat them. This one is lifted into shallow right field. Actually, when catching it, blowing out a little deeper, but Zach Wells there to make the catch. The runner scampers back to first, so that'll be one out here in the top of the fourth. And now Brandon DeFazio comes up to the plate. He walked his first time up. So Joe Armstrong on first, Brandon DeFazio at the plate, and Armstrong and DeFazio probably the two best players for San Mateo. Chance to get something going here with one out in the fourth. Throw over, pretty close. Crosby, nice job making the catch, applying the tag, but not quite in time. So Brandon DeFazio, sophomore out of Foothill High School. 22 RBIs last year. This pitch over for a strike. Looked like Armstrong was taking that. Actually was a ball, a little bit outside.
Yeah, I thought Armstrong was going there too. Good fake there.
Pizzola checks the runner. Crosby holding the runner at first. The runner goes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, but he gets away from Brasher, so no throw. Armstrong down at second. And the count now 1-1 to Brandon DeFazio.
First still on the season for Armstrong.
And so this is really what the Bulldogs want. They got the speedy Armstrong at second, and probably their best hitter, probably their most clutch hitter, Brandon DeFazio at the plate. He said, here's the pitch, and this one ripped, but just fouled down the third baseline. That ball a little bit outside. Good job by DeFazio getting around on that. Really shows the strength in his wrist. Got a few folks from San Mateo here, a few more from Solano as to be expected on kind of a cool, what's becoming chilly Tuesday afternoon. Pizzola set, this one lifted to center field. Torres going back, the wind's got that, taking it back, but Torres makes the catch. Runner tags, and he's easily going to get down to third. Nice play by the freshman, hanging in there, staying with that ball, getting back in time, and big second out for the Falcons. Joe Armstrong standing at third now, 90 feet away from scoring the first run in this game, and up comes the catcher, Logan Trowbridge.
Yeah, I think the wind definitely carried that fly ball. Torres never really looked comfortable settling under it.
Well, when that ball first left the bat, I thought that was going to be a pretty routine ball to center field, but that wind blowing out towards right center really gave that ball a ride, and Torres really had to get back in a hurry, but he's got great speed and played that pretty well. So last opportunity here in the person of Logan Trowbridge, the catcher. First pitch in the dirt. Brasher scampers, grabs it, looks the runner back to third, flips the ball to Pizzola.
That's what you don't want to start doing, is bouncing pitches around 32 outs.
Brasher looking over, getting a sign from Coach Stover, then relays it out to Pizzola. Pizzola now has the sign. A lot of movement by the runner at third. Next pitch, this one hit foul out of play over to the first base side. Reina Carrasco on the camera today for the Solano College Sports Network, doing an outstanding job handling the weather and the cold. Pretty good game here. Chance for the Bulldogs to get on the board first. Pizzola's pitch, a little bit high for a ball. Looks like runs are going to be hard to come by in this game, so certainly San Mateo wants to capitalize on this opportunity. Their best opportunity thus far in the game. No score still, top of the fourth. Runner on third, Joe Armstrong, 2 outs. Trowbridge at the plate. Here's the pitch by Pizzola, a little bit outside for a ball. Good eye by Trowbridge. Trowbridge, kind of lanky for a catcher. 6 foot, just 170 pounds. Hitting 167 on the season. And the next pitch outside for a ball. So runners at the corners now. Second walk issued by Anthony Pizzola here in the 4th. And now Ryan O'Malley, the third baseman, strolls up to the plate.
Well, Trowbridge might be hitting 167, but that was his 9th walk of the season. He has an on-base percentage over 650, so he can see the ball well. Just maybe not making the contact.
And really not a bad walk when you think about it by Pizzola, because now you have the runner at first, gives you more opportunities to get an out with 2 outs here in the 4th. Falcons trying to keep this game scoreless. First pitch, outside for a ball. So it looks like Pizzola's been trying to work both sides of the plate, but a lot of times just not getting the call. Pizzola, veteran, 3-year player for the Falcons. Redshirt sophomore. Next pitch, another one outside for a ball, count 2-0.
Another reason it's a good walk with the lefty up. Now your first baseman has to play in a little bit, takes away some of his range. Ground ball, score runner.
Wind picking up even more. All right, O'Malley ready. Big pitch by Pizzola, 2-0 pitch, swung and fouled back. O'Malley looking over, getting a sign from Coach Doug Williams. Under the tutelage of Williams, 11 Golden Gate Coast Crowns, 573 wins, 232 losses, 7-time Coach of the Year. Here's a pitch by Pizzola. I think that was a strike. I would sure like this umpire to be a little more adamant with the calls, and especially when they're so close. Scoreboard count 3-1. That would have been a ball. Here's the pitch by Pizzola. This one lifted foul. Quite a battle between O'Malley and Pizzola with 2 outs here. Runners on the corners for the Bulldogs. O'Malley doing a good job hanging in there. Excellent eyes, good judgment, and really making Pizzola work out on the mound. And Pizzola had that quick inning in the 3rd, only threw 9 pitches. A little more work here in the 4th. First real big jam for Pizzola. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. And it's ball 4. Bases are jammed. And up comes Chris Berry, the right fielder. So Pizzola has yet to give up a hit in this game. But here in the top of the 4th, big jam with the bases full. And now Chris Berry, the right fielder, at the plate. Chris Berry 0 for 8 on the season. And we were talking about Berry earlier. He was the one that ripped that ball right to Tucker Bishop. His first time up back in the 2nd inning.
Hate to see a guy like that up in a crucial situation like this. He's just due for a hit.
And the first pitch outside for a ball. Count 1-0. And that was back in the 2nd, and that's when Brandon DeFazio was standing at second base. That ball gets by Bishop. Bulldogs already on the board, but excellent play by the freshman. Falcons need another gem here to get out of this jam. That pitch low for a ball. Count 2-0. So Pizzola really struggling with his control. Looks like he's really trying to pitch carefully out there, and really all it's resulted in is 3 walks in the inning. Count 2-0. Pizzola desperately needs a strike here. Here's the pitch. This one is lifted into center field, actually over to right. Wells going over, settles under, and makes the catch. So big pitch by Pizzola, gets out of the bases loaded jam at the end of 3.5 innings of play. Still no score. Leading things off for the Falcons here in the bottom of the fourth, Aaron Brasher. Grounded into a double play back in the first. He'll be followed by Crosby and then JQ. First pitch, foul back for a strike. Count 0-1. Zach Groats coming off that third inning, 3 up, 3 down, and in the second inning, other than that base hit or air, struck out the side, so he's really been pitching lights out. Next pitch, another strike, count 0-2. Got the outside corner with that one, Zach. Next pitch, outside for a ball. Gets away from the catcher, scampers after it, throws back to Groats.
Yeah, Groats really doing a good job locating his pitches, keeping them down in the zone, but elevating with the fastball and keeping it, too high for the Solano pitchers to catch up to.
And the next pitch by Groats, fastball, ripper right at the second baseman, Dane Vandegooch. Boy, Vandegooch has been busy over there at second base. Just takes a couple steps over to the first base side of play and makes the grab. Brasher retired, and Alex Crosby now strolling up to the plate, grounded to third to end the first inning. Still no score in this game. Bulldogs had a good opportunity to get a run on the board in the top half of the inning, but left the bases jammed. And one out here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch to Crosby, thought about swinging and maybe should have. That catches the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, that was a nice swing by Brasher, but it puts him in a 0-9 slump to start the season. And
he's been hitting the ball pretty well too. It'll start finding its way and dropping and getting him some hits. This one kind of a little golf swing and right to the second baseman Vandegooch, and easily throws out Crosby. Looked like a breaking pitch, and Crosby just went down to get it, but kind of hit it off the end of the bat. And so another play by Vandegooch, and again he's been busy over at second. Got the put out on Brasher, and then gets the assist thrown over to get the out on Crosby. JQ at the plate now. 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, no score. That one in the dirt by Groats. JQ struck out to lead off the second. And Quilliton comes in hitting .462, 1 double, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. Here's the next pitch, fastball. JQ fouls it to the first base side of play. Count now even, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Bottom of the fourth inning. Pitching duel between Zach Groats and Anthony Pizzola. Bulldogs and Falcons going at it here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. We hope you enjoy the action on the Solano College Sports Network. Next pitch takes a little off that one. Hopper to third. Malley has it. Long throw to first and retires JQ. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 4.5 innings of play. And no score. Leading things off for the Bulldogs will be Alan Smoot, the first baseman, followed by Kalen Robinson, and then Dane Vandegooch. Getting things started here in the top of the fifth. I think I said 4.5 innings of play. Just 4 innings of play at the end of last inning, heading into the top of the fifth. Anthony Pizzola still on the hill for the Falcons, has yet to give up a hit. And the first pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. Nice pitch by Pizzola as he starts off Smoot. Started to say Smoozola. Here's the next pitch by Pizzola, a little bit low in the dirt. Count now 1-1. Alan Smoot back in the third, grounded out sharply to David Fernandez, the shortstop of the Falcons. Next pitch by Pizzola, lifted foul over past the Solano dugout on the third base side of play. Count now 1-2.
This is exactly what we wanted to see from Pizzola coming into this inning. Getting 2 strikes on the hitters, pitching ahead of them.
And that's how we started the game off in the first inning, but since then he's given up 4 walks, I believe. Pizzola set, takes a little off that one, but high and outside. Count now 2-2. Well, thank goodness for the tape, or our stat sheets would be all over the place. I'm holding down my scorecard with 2 hands.
Yeah, wind has definitely picked back up here.
Here's the pitch by Pizzola. Pretty good. Ring him up. Strike 3 called. Smoot goes down looking. And that'll be another strikeout for Pizzola. He's got 1, 2. That'll be the 3rd strikeout for Anthony Pizzola. And now coming up to the plate, the number 9 hitter, Kalen Robinson. First pitch, swing and a miss. So Pizzola with a strikeout to start things off here in the 5th. Kalen Robinson up at the plate, who grounded to first baseman Crosby for the 2nd out back in the 3rd inning. Next pitch, outside for a ball, count 1-1.
Well, he swung at the first elevated fastball, elevated a little more, see if he does it again. Didn't bite.
Robinson coming into the game, hitting .500, but just 1 for 2 until today's game. That one fouled back. I guess if my math serves correctly, he would be at .333 now, 1 for 3.
Yeah.
Nobody on here. Top of the 5th, no score. Great pitching duel. Pizzola set. Here's the pitch. Takes a little off that one. Tough chopper for Bishop. Can handle it. And that's probably going to be an error on the 3rd baseman for the Falcons. Tough chance for the freshman, but he'll tell you he should make that play. So with 1 out, runner aboard. Kalen Robinson on first. And now coming up, Dane Vandegooch, who really has been busy out in the field for the Bulldogs. Vandegooch struck out to start the game and then flied out to right fielder Zach Wells to end the 3rd inning. Robinson is going. That pitch fouled back. Looked like Williams had the hit and run on for the Bulldogs. And I think both managers are really going to have to take every opportunity to try to get something going, manufacture a run, try to get on the board first here. Robinson, excellent speed. Decent lead. Pizzola checks the runner. Runner doesn't go, and the pitch over for a strike. Vandegooch looking over, gets the sign from head coach Doug Williams. Steps in, left-handed batter. 1 out here, runner on first. Pizzola set, pitching out of the stretch, and the pitch, a little bit outside for a ball. Count now 1-2. Almost automatic with Solano pitchers. You get behind in the count 0-2, that next pitch is going to be low and outside. Low and away. Vandegooch not biting. Count 1-2.
Especially with the runner on base, it's almost like a pitch out.
Here's the pitch. Takes a little off that one. Outside for a ball. Evens things up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Kalen Robinson, just a freshman out of Oakland Tech. Already has 1 stolen base on the season. We'll see if Coach Williams sends him with the 2-2 count. Pizzola ready. Runner doesn't go. Drill, but right at Bishop. Long throw over to first and in time. Double play retires the side. Another big-time play by Tucker Bishop. That erases his error and gets the Falcons out of the inning at the end of 4.5 innings of play. Still no score.
And 3rd will be David Fernandez. Here's the first pitch. Right in there, fastball up in the zone for strike one. Bishop struck out swinging in his first at bat. Second pitch, another strike, down and outside for Zach Groats. Groats in the second inning really just buzzed through the heart of this Solano order, striking out the side. Here's the next pitch. It's a little low. Counts 1-2 here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Zach Groats looks in. Here's the pitch. That ball just a little inside. Bishop almost got rung up looking there. Close call, could have gone either way. If this next pitch is close, you got to swing. Counts 2-2, and the pitch outside. Full count to Bishop. And here's the pitch. And Bishop tried to check his swing, but first base umpire says no way. Strikes out swinging.
Now batting the DH, number 11, Nick Spinney.
Up next for the Falcons, number 11, Nick Spinney, in DH spot today. Groats really pitching a great game. And there's a high fly ball to center field, pretty routine. And Spinney's retired on the first pitch. Shortstop David Fernandez coming out.
David Fernandez.
Groats looks in. And here's the pitch. Fernandez fakes the bunt. Takes called strike. Next pitch is a little low for a ball. Counts 1-1. Groats really in command of his pitches today. He's got no walks, just giving up 2 hits, and there's a line drive through the infield into right field and a base hit for David Fernandez.
Left fielder, number 3, Edgar Ibarra.
So at the plate we have Edgar Ibarra, left fielder for your Solano Falcons. After the single by shortstop David Fernandez. First base runner in a while for the Falcons. And there's a throw over. Fernandez easily back in time, wasn't going anywhere. Groats keeping a close eye on him. Comes set. And Groats steps off the mound. Needs a second to think about that next pitch. Ibarra grounded out to short in his first at bat. Here's the pitch. And it's in there for strike one. Ibarra showed bunt, but with 2 outs, I doubt he will be bunting in this situation. And that second pitch is a ball. Fernandez not taking a very big lead off of first base, although you'd like to see him get into scoring position here. Groats looks in, comes set, and he throws over to first, And back just in time is David Fernandez. I'd have been picked off there. I was not expecting that throw over from Groats. That was a quick move. Groats comes set. And the pitch. Runner goes. Throw down. And it is not in time. Fernandez with his first stolen base of the season. Really not an easy pitch to steal on. High fastball. Catcher was quick out of the crouch and just great speed there by Fernandez.
And Fernandez, he's fast, but he's also got that long, lanky stride, which really allows him to eat up yardage as he's getting down to second base.
You get going quick there.
Well, Zach Kraft bringing you the play-by-play, doing a really good job here on the Solano College Sports Network. And if it's the first time you're watching one of our games, student-run sports broadcasting program here at Solano Community College. And if you're a high school student listening to this, or maybe a student at Solano College and you want to learn how to be a sports broadcaster, make sure you take our sports broadcasting class, Speech 75, here at Solano Community College. Keep going, Zach. You're doing a great job, baby.
Runner at second, 2 outs, bottom of the fifth inning. Groats looks in, and the pitch, low for a ball.
What's impressed me most about Zach Groats today is how effective he has been changing the speeds on his pitches, and it's really kept the Solano hitters off balance thus far in this game.
And he's been in the strike zone, hasn't given up any walks. Just pitching to contact, getting a lot of ground balls. 3-1 count to Ibarra, and the pitch from Groats, and that's low for first walk of the game for Groats.
I saw a long fly ball when I was walking over to the restroom. I'm going to guess that was by Nick Sweeney.
Yep.
I was standing there with
Long
one of
fly ball to center.
one of the San Mateo players, and you can just barely see over the mound. And then finally the center fielder came into our view. We saw him make the catch, but looked like the wind really caught that, carried that one a long way.
Yeah. Groats the pitch. Low for a ball. Got runners at first and second here in the bottom of the inning. Tie ball game 0-0.
Gio Torres at the plate. The diminutive center fielder.
Grounded out to second in his first at bat. Groats looking for the call. Comes set. Checks on the runner, and here's the pitch. Right down there for strike one. Down at the knees.
Yeah, good pitch by Groats there.
Showing great composure out there after the gives up the ground ball single, stolen base, walk. Still commanding those pitches down at the knees in the strike zone. Groats checks on the runner, and here's the pitch. And there's a nice breaking ball for strike two right there in the zone.
Yeah, big time pitch by Groats there. Coach Stover shouting out words of encouragement to his freshman center fielder.
Kind of just froze Torres. That was a hanging breaking ball, but he didn't have time to react to it.
Yeah, I think he was looking for the fastball there, fooled by the breaking pitch.
Oh. And Groats looks back. David Fernandez at second base. Wasn't going anywhere. You're not going to steal when you're in scoring position. Never make the last out at third base.
Never.
Never.
Good speed on the base pass, though, with Fernandez at second and Ibarra at first base.
And here's the pitch from Groats. Fouled off by Torres. Still 1-2. Catcher's out to talk to Groats about this next pitch.
Groats went after him that time, just challenged him with the fastball, and Torres couldn't quite catch up to it.
Really just trusting his stuff. He's got a good sinking fastball. He's been getting most of these ground balls this game, and is even getting under the bat of some of the Solano hitters.
Well, Groats would love a ground ball right now. Get out of this little jam with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Both teams still looking for their first run. Bulldogs had a pretty good chance in the 4th with bases loaded, but Pizzola able to get out of that jam, and now Groats trying to work out of this mini jam with runners on first and second.
Here's a pitch by Groats, and way out in front of it is Gio Torres, strike 3, and Groats gets himself out of this inning with a big strikeout.
So that'll do it into 5 innings, still no score as we head into the 6th.
And here we are at the top of the 6th inning. Still a tie ball game. Really seeing a pitcher's duel today between the Bulldogs and the Falcons. Up to lead off this inning for the Falcons, number 2, Joe Armstrong. And here's the pitch from Pizzola, and that is a single into left field.
If I'm not mistaken, Zach, I think that's the first hit off Pizzola.
That is the first hit. So there goes the no-hitter. We've got a couple arms warming up in the bullpen as we're getting later into this game.
Yeah, do have some action in the Solano bullpen. Trying to look down there and see the number, but can't quite see. That might be Drew Lamont, who actually came in and took over for Pizzola in the opening game against DVC. Came in the 6th inning and pitched fairly well in that game. Did give up a run to allow DVC to tie the game in the bottom of the 8th, but for the freshman pitcher, that was his first outing and pretty effective job.
Armstrong, who walked in his first at bat and stole a base, so you might see him going here again, especially in this 0-0 ball game. So Pizzola looks in, comes set. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike. Catcher fakes a throw over to first base, but runner was back. Pizzola looking in, checks on the runner, comes set, and here's the pitch. There's ball 1, counts 1-1. Runner faked like he was going, but he stayed put.
And Armstrong, we've said this before when he was on board back in the 4th. Excellent runner, excellent speed on the base pass. Does have a couple stolen bases on the season.
Pizzola checks the runner. Here's the pitch. It's another ball, too low. Costa's up there showing bunt. Hasn't gotten a pitch to bunt at yet. Really, those pitches too low, almost in the dirt.
Jarrett Costa coming in, just hitting 0-9-1, 1 for 11.
Here's the pitch from Pizzola. That's another ball, too low. Counts 3-1.
So Pizzola's just really struggled with his control at times.
Yeah, second baseman, JQ, in to talk to him. Say, hey, trust your stuff.
That's funny, when you look at Pizzola, he just struggles in the even innings. First, third, and 5th, 3 up, 3 down. All the walks are coming in the 2nd, the 4th, and maybe here in the 6th. Armstrong, although on first, had that first base hit off of Pizzola.
I wonder if he knows that.
I bet he does.
Pizzola is set. Runner goes. And he makes it down safely.
And Armstrong,
strike 2 there.
Armstrong didn't have the best jump. If Brasher comes up with that cleanly, what happened, the ball just kind of popped out of his mitt and just took him out of the play. I think if he fields that cleanly, comes up throwing, he's got a chance to get Armstrong. That would have been a huge out for the Falcons.
Yep. So instead we have a runner at second with no outs. Full count here to Jared Costa, left fielder for your San Mateo Bulldogs.
So no one out, runner in scoring position. Big opportunity for the Bulldogs.
Oh, and Pizzola throws it away into center field, and Armstrong's going to take off for third base. Really thought they had a pickoff play going there, then shortstop David Fernandez just jumped away like it wasn't going to happen, but the throw still came.
Yeah, just miscommunication there. Again, you got the freshman shortstop Fernandez. And a tough situation just got worse. Now you've got the leading run on third here in the top of the sixth, 90 feet away, no outs.
If you're playing for one run, you ground ball gets it done, fly ball gets it done. But there's a pop back behind the plate, and a foul out will not get it done there.
Boy, that was a nice play by Brasher. He actually got over there and made the catch. That was excellent. I thought that ball was going to go over the fence, and it was kind of out of our view. A nice play by Brasher getting there. That's a big out. That you were just saying.
A huge out.
So many balls hit can get you a run, but not the pop out, as you said, behind the plate. Big out for Pizzola. And I think that's going to be it for Pizzola. And that might be Ryan Ernest coming into the game, one of the few left-handed pitchers. Still getting familiar with some of these freshmen. I didn't catch the number when he ran in. That looks like number...
Ryan Ernest.
Yeah, Ryan Ernest, the kid out of Columbine High School in Colorado. Freshman pitcher. One of the few left-handed pitchers that the Falcons have. They have 3 lefties on the entire pitching staff. Adam Coates, the freshman out of Bethel. They've got Jacob Caballero, the freshman out of Rodriguez, and then Ryan Ernest, the freshman out of Columbine High School. And Ernest came in and pitched in that second game against DVC, came in relief of Ryan Anderson. Pretty effective in that game. He struggled at times, though. Ryan Ernest, he's a guy that likes to keep the ball low, likes to get batters to hit it on the ground, but he was getting squeezed at time and not getting that pitch at the knees, and so struggled with his command just a little bit, getting used to the strike zone. Had to keep the ball up probably more than he wants. And so in that first outing, Ryan Ernest pitched 1.2 innings, gave up a walk, had a strikeout. And so another opportunity here for the freshman.
Ernest is warm. Catcher out to talk to him. Coming up to bat, cleanup hitter for the Bulldogs, Brandon DeFazio. Fazio really probably the guy you want up in this situation. He's
exactly.
The big RBI guy. And all you have to do is pretty much put the ball in play. Solano's infield isn't really playing in. They're not going to make that throw home. Just have to make contact. Here's the pitch. And it's high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, that was way outside by Ryan Ernest. Freshman just has to settle down. Good kid, though. Very calm. Good head on his shoulders. Good student. Needs to make some pitches here.
And he comes set, and here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball shallow center. And the catches, so he tags up, he goes. Relay. And Joe Armstrong is going to score from third base.
And I think if you have a good arm out in center field, that's a close play because the center fielder, Torres, coming in, but just not much of a throwing arm out there in center field.
No, just kind of rolled in there to the cutoff man. Had no chance at that play at first.
Yeah, he kind of bounced it to the cutoff man, Crosby there. No chance for Crosby to turn and make the throw. So that's an out to the center fielder, Torres. That'll be the second out in the inning. Nobody on, but Bulldogs on the board, up 1-0.
Here's the pitch. That's ball 1 to catcher Logan Tobridge.
Trowbridge, strikeout, and a walk thus far.
And there's a swinging strike there. Hernandez kind of just blew that right by him. Or Ernest, sorry. And here's the pitch from Ernest. That's low for ball 2. So we finally got a number up there on the scoreboard. It's 1-0 San Mateo. Top of the 6th. Here's the pitch from Ernest. Right in there for strike 2.
And really, you look at how they got the run. Armstrong gets a hit, steals second, gets to third on an air, and comes home on a shallow fly ball.
Yeah. Here's the pitch from Ernest. That's low. That's ball 4.
So another walk by a Falcon pitcher. And boy, the one thing you can see with this Falcon staff, they've got some talented arms, but the walks have really been a problem for the Falcons here in their 3rd game of the season. They've been fortunate. They have 2 wins to show, both of those against DVC. But I'm sure Stover, that's something he really wants to work on with his pitching staff. And new pitching coach Dustin Crenshaw, former Solano pitching great, have to work on the command.
And there's a low pitch for ball 1 to Ryan O'Malley.
Hey, come on, pick it up, come on, Mally. Let's go, come on now, Mal.
A few more arms getting warm. Looks like Mike Duman warming up for the Falcons out in the bullpen next to left field.
Trowbridge taking a modest lead over at first base. Ernest checks. Here's the pitch. And it's foul tip off the bat of Ryan O'Malley for strike 1. So runner on first, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. San Mateo Bulldogs leading the Falcons 1-0. 1-1 count, Ryan O'Malley. And here's the pitch from Ernest, and that is behind O'Malley. And easy take of second there for Trowbridge.
Yeah, that ball just looked like it got completely away from Ryan Ernest, and so now with the wild pitch, another runner in scoring position as Trowbridge scampers down to second.
And that's what you hate to see in a close game. You hate to see it, decided by errors, errant throws, just mental mistakes. Here's a pitch from Ernest, and that's low for a ball.
And really a walk here wouldn't be the worst thing.
No.
Runners on first and second, gives you another base to get an out.
Gets you to Chris Bear, who's hitless on the season, but has hit some hard balls here today.
He has hit the ball hard, just always at someone.
And that next pitch is low, so he does issue the walk there to Ryan O'Malley.
I think Stover may be thinking about coming and getting the freshman pitcher, and yeah, I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Coach Stover, not a lot of patience for walks, especially in a close game like this. And so he'll take the ball from Ernest, and in trots, I believe it's Mike Duman, who seems like, boy, he's been on the Solano roster, it seems like, for years, but he's always injured. And I think this is the first time we're actually going to get a look at Mike Duman, the sophomore out of Kelseyville. And this kid's a good pitcher, but when he was in high school offensively, he put up some huge numbers. So this kid is talented. He just hasn't been healthy for the last couple years, but healthy this year. And he's going to come in and see if he can get the Falcons out of this little jam. They've already given up 1 run here in the top of the 6th and trying to limit it just the 1 run. San Mateo up 1-0 in this game. And boy, you look at the walks. 2 in this inning. Pizzola gave up 3 back in the 4th. And another walk back in the 7th. So too many walks for the Falcons, and sooner or later it's going to result in a run. Falcons down 1-0.
I thought the walk was going to result in the first run, but that wasn't the case. Instead, it was a really just stolen base and then an errant pickoff throw. But yeah, you live dangerously, trying to pitch to the corners, but if you can't locate it in the strike zone, it's hard to give away free passes.
Well, a chance now to look at the big righty 6'3", 200-pounder Mike Duman. Chance to show what he's got for the Falcons here.
So 2 outs, runners at first and second. Your batter is Chris Berry, who lined out to third base in his first at bat, flew out in his second, and here's the pitch from Duman, and that's high for a ball.
Pretty fast-paced game thus far. Game started about 2:15, about 3:45.
Here's the pitch from Duman, in there for strike 1.
Nice pitch by Duman there, catches the outside corner. And as you said, Chris Berry with 2 fly balls for outs. But that first one, that actually was a line drive. Right to Bishop.
He smoked it. Here's the pitch. Ow. Close, but a little outside on the corner there for ball 2.
Boy, good eye by Chris Berry. That's a hard one to lay off. Looked like a breaking pitch that just caught the outside part of the plate, but Duman doesn't get the call from the home plate umpire.
Here's the pitch from Duman, and that's a fly ball right field over to the line, and that lands foul.
It was hard to see from our vantage point. Zach Wells getting over there, couldn't quite catch up to it, and the ball landed, I think, about a foot outside the foul line, down the right field line. Boy, Zach Wells, good speed, though, getting over there. He had a lot of ground to cover. Almost gets there in time to catch it in foul territory.
I didn't think he had a play on it, and he got right there. So 2-2 count, Chris Berry. Duman comes set, and here's the pitch. Another foul ball over to the right side. A little more foul this time, out of the reach of everybody.
That was only about 3 feet over, though, to the right from the identical spot that Berry hit it before. I think, though, if either of those stay fair, Wells is going to get there in time and make the catch. And we'll see if Wells maybe starts shading over towards the foul line a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now watch Berry rip one in the gap between the center fielder and Wells.
Really, everyone shaded over to the right in the outfield a little bit. And here's a pitch from Duman, and it's fouled back. Still 2-2 count here to Chris Berry.
Big opportunity for the freshman. Chris Berry, 6-footer, 185-pounder, played his high school ball at Bishop Kelly High School.
Looking for his first hit on the season. And
looking for his first junior college baseball hit. What a great time to get it right here.
JUCO hit. And he had an RBI opportunity earlier, too, and couldn't do it. Flew out to right field. Area he's looking familiar with in this at-bat. So Duman comes set, and here's the 2-2 pitch, and that is lined into left field, in the gap, and he's going to have 2. That'll score 2, and Berry will stop his second, and the Bulldogs have taken a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 6th.
Well, Chris Berry gets his first JUCO hit, and it's a big one. Drives home 2 runs, and that definitely was helped by the wind that's blowing over to right center. I thought the center fielder was going to have a chance to make the play, but that ball just kept carrying away from him. No chance for Torres to catch up with that one. Big hit by Berry, and now the Bulldogs take a 3-0 lead in this game.
So first pitch here to Alan Smoot is a strike from Duman.
And it looked like on that pitch to Barry, Duman just went after him with the fastball, and Barry hit it right in the sweet spot.
And those 2 runs coming with 2 outs in the inning, thanks to the walks there by Ryan Ernest.
Yeah, no wind, that's a pretty easy catch for Torres, but the wind was just taking that one deeper and away from the center fielder for the Falcons.
1-1 count. Here's a pitch from Duman. That's low for a ball. Gets away from the catcher, but he gobbles it up quickly, keeps the runner at second. Smoot struck out looking in his last at-bat. Grounded out to short in the third inning for his first at-bat. Duman comes set, and here's the pitch. And it's a chopper to third base. Brings it in. And the throw to first. Can't pick it up. Runner from second's going to score. Smoot's going to scamper over to second.
Boy, a nice try by Tucker Bishop. And you can see after he fielded that, he really made sure he had the ball, but he knew he had to make a quick throw, just threw it low. Crosby, who usually does a pretty good job digging the ball out of the dirt, couldn't make a play on that one. Costly error, and now the Bulldogs up 4-0. So Armstrong led off the inning with a hit, stole second, got to third on an error. The next 2 batters flied out, but then after 2 walks and a double, Falcons down 4-0.
And an error.
And an error.
And an error.
We got the E5 there as well. That's why Smoot's standing at second.
First pitch to Kalen Robinson is a strike.
And that was a tough chance for Tucker Bishop. Very similar play was the first error he made in the first game against DVC. Those are tough chances, and maybe better just to put that ball in your back pocket.
Yeah.
That's tough, though. You're trying to make a play, trying to get your pitcher, your team out of an inning, get you in the dugout. But sometimes you're better off not trying to make that great play, because if you don't, it ends up costing you more runs.
So Duman comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low for a ball.
So Kalen Robinson now at the plate. He's the 8th batter to come up here in the 6th inning, and San Mateo's put 4 on the board. Boy, ripped that one foul just to the right of the Solano dugout, and last year a foul ball ended the season almost by one of the top Solano pitchers, Angel Laura. Hit him right in the cheek, shattered his cheekbone. Actually was able to come back and pitch towards the end of the season, and then he probably was going to be the number 2 starter, hurt himself snowboarding, out for the season.
1-2 pitch to Duman, and there's a infield fly.
Tucker Bishop fighting
puts it away.
Fighting the wind on that one.
Was not an easy play.
Well, 9 up, 9 down here in the top half of the 6th inning. San Mateo puts 4 on the board at the end of 5.5 innings of play. San Mateo up over Solano 4-0.
Yep.
5-4.
So here we are coming to the bottom of the 6th after a very scary and ugly top of the 6th inning for Solano. San Mateo scoring 4 runs off 2 hits and 2 walks.
Yeah, Falcon pitchers have only given up 2 hits, Zach, in this entire game, but it's really been the walks and the errors that have cost him in this one, down 4-0.
Zach Welts lead off this inning, and he lines one into the left field corner, and he's going to easily get to second there.
Yeah, Zach Wells, second best hitter in the Bay Valley Conference last year, and pretty much a singles hitter. Guy's going to get on base, but Coach Tommy Pavesi, the career home run leader for the Falcons, has really been working with Zach Wells in the offseason, really working on his strength and conditioning, and really expects Wells to get hit with a little bit more power, and we saw it on that play as he just smoked that ball into left field for a stand-up double.
Nobody warming up yet for Pizzola. He's pitched a pretty good game.
Groats has too.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Groats.
I gotcha. Good pitch by Groats there too. Just a little bit looked outside, but caught the outside part of the plate.
For strike one. Wells at second, not leading off very far.
And one thing you can always count on with the Falcons, they're always going to keep playing. This team always is going to keep fighting to the last out.
There's a pitch from Groats, and it's low for ball one.
And traditionally, Solano, over the years, has been a very good team answering back after the team they're playing scores in the previous inning. But they've got some work to do. They're down by 4.
1-1 count to Brasher, who grounded out to short in both his first 2 at-bats. Groats comes set, checks on the runner, and here's the pitch, and that is low, and it squeaks away from the catcher, and Wells will scamper down to third.
So the Falcons kind of starting this bottom of the 6th off like San Mateo did in the top half, getting the first runner on board and getting that runner all the way to third with no outs.
Very similar.
But they're going to have to follow that pattern all the way through the rest of the lineup.
San Mateo infield still playing back. They got a 4-run cushion. They don't need to get the runner at first. And here's a ground ball to third base. And there's an out for San Mateo.
Yeah, that was a sharp grounder, but boy, right to the infielder. DeFazio stays with it. Good job holding the runner Wells at third, makes the throw to retire Brasher for the first out here.
Really, a ground ball to anyone but the third baseman would have scored that runner.
Exactly. Try to get it to the right side. Wells gets home.
So here's your first baseman, Alex Crosby. Couple of ground outs to his first 2 at-bats. Here's a pitch from Groats. And that's a little outside for ball one.
Groats very deliberate. Really has a set routine. And really pitches with a lot of concentration and focus.
And there's a
That's
line
fair.
drive down the third baseline into the corner. Wells is going to score.
And he's going to have to stay at second.
Crosby
Maybe not.
has an in-the-park home run.
Yeah, the left fielder, and I think out there that is Jarrett Costa, he was saying that the ball was stuck under the batting cage, which I think you can see stored all the way down there in the left-hand corner, but he didn't get the call from the umpire. So we'll see if that run will stand, and I think it will.
Yeah, umpire's not making him come back.
So Costa,
Kind of a weird play, but in-the-park home run there.
well, Costa was standing up. He was saying, I can't get the ball, but even with my old eyes, I could see the ball sitting in the corner, that little white spot. So the umpire not going for it. Good job by the umpire paying attention there. Good job by Costa, trying to get away with one, because if the ball is called out of play, then Crosby has to stay at second. So big break for the Falcons. They cut that lead in half, and now they're down 4-2. Boy, and Crosby just smoked that one down the line, but that was fair by about an inch. Might have even caught the line. So I guess we do give Crosby an inside-the-park home run. I really think it should be a double, triple at best with an error on the left fielder. But we'll give him the homer.
So 4-2. And the first pitch to JQ is a strike. So Pizzola getting hit around a little bit here in this inning.
Groats.
Sorry. Here's the pitch from Groats, and kind of a half swing there by JQ.
Yeah, he was kind of fooled on the pitch and just kind of stabbed at
And
it.
he didn't commit.
Yeah.
Didn't get his money's worth on that swing. So Groats comes set, and here's the 0-2 pitch to JQ. And that pitch is just a little low for ball one.
Little low, little outside. Good eye by JQ that time.
And JQ checks his swing there. Pitch that's a low.
That was close too. He was very close to going around, but the home plate umpire checked with the first base umpire. No swing.
I think they got the call right. And Groats is set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that pitch is low and outside. So we have a full count here to JQ.
Quillerton doing a good job, really working the count to his favor. Now the count's full.
And here's the pitch from... And there's a ground ball to third base. Routine ground ball. And he'll throw him out. 2 outs in the inning.
So every ball in this inning has been hit out to left field. Wells had that double that he smoked to left field, and then Brasher grounded out to third. Crosby smoked one down the third base line for the inside the park home run, and that was a sharp grounder by Quillerton to the third baseman.
But Pizzola still, Groats still pitching to contact. Not walking anybody. Making him put the ball in play and letting his defense do it for him. So first pitch, Tucker Bishop is a ball. Second pitch, way high. Ball 2.
And if Costa would have picked that ball up in left field, Crosby still would be at third probably.
Crosby would still be at third. Groats comes set. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Bishop. And that's a foul ball out of the park down the right field line.
That's going to be out in the gully behind the Solano baseball field.
I don't think we'll see that one again.
Well, whenever kids get in trouble, for Solano get in trouble in the classroom, poor grades,
2-1 pitch to Bishop is fouled off.
their job is to go find the foul balls. And every once in a while, you'll see some kid trotting over behind, and you may not see him for an hour. He knows he better come back with that baseball for Coach Stover.
So this turned into an exciting inning here at Solano.
Well, Solano now just down by 2 runs, crawling back into this one.
Here's a 2-2 pitch to Bishop, and there's a little flare in the right field, but it'll carry there. Carry out to the right fielder, and that does it for your Solano Falcons, who pick up 2 runs off the double in the park homer, we'll say.
Hey, pick it back up in here. Let's go.
So we'll bring you here to the 7th inning.
At the end of 6 1/2, Bulldogs still up 4-2.
Come on, baby.
New pitcher for the Falcons on the hill, Nick Driscoll, a kid out of San Marin. He's pitched 6 innings, has given up 5 hits, 1 run. Actually came in and pitched the start of the game on Saturday. First pitch to Van de Gooch, over for a strike. And so in that first game against DVC, they went 10 innings at DVC on Friday. Back here on Saturday for another 10 innings, and Nick Driscoll started that game, went 6 in that one. Actually pitched really well. Next pitch, outside for ball count, 1-1. Nick Driscoll, 6 foot, 160 pounds, right-handed pitcher. He's a sophomore. And as I said, out of San Marin High. Graduated in 2011. Next pitch over for a strike. Count now 1-2 to Dane Van de Gooch, the second baseman. Still looking for his first hit in the game. Struck out in the first, fly to right in the third, and then hit a grounder to the third baseman, Tucker Bishop, in the 5th. That one hit to JQ, the second baseman, flips to Crosby. That'll be the first out here in the 7th inning.
And Driscoll still walks in his first pitching appearance. I think the coach might have gotten a little tired of seeing that hurt them in this game.
Well, I felt bad for Driscoll because he did pitch really well, and we were set up to do the home opener that second game against DVC, so we're waiting for that first game to get over. Didn't think it was going to go another 10 innings, and the first pitch inside to Joe Armstrong with one out here in the 7th. But we didn't film. We didn't do the broadcast of the first game. We were ready for the second game, and Driscoll, I think he was thinking we had the game, had to tell him, sorry, kid, we didn't get that one on film. But we got this one going as that next pitch is outside for a ball count, 2-1. So we're in the 7th inning. Bulldogs up 4-2. Driscoll, the third pitcher for the Falcons, facing Armstrong. That next pitch over for a strike. Nice breaking ball there. Driscoll took a little bit off that one, broke right over the plate to the right-handed hitting Joe Armstrong, the designated hitter. Had a hit back in the 6th that got that whole rally started that led to 4 runs for the Bulldogs. That next pitch in the dirt. Count even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. I do see some action in the San Mateo bullpen. Not sure if we'll see Groats come out for the bottom of the 7th. Boy, he's been fantastic in this game. And here's the next pitch outside for a ball. So the count 3-2, as you mentioned, Zach. Driscoll yet to give up a walk on the season. And the next pitch, and it's popped up. Third baseman Bishop coming over. Fernandez, the shortstop, calls him off and makes the play. So that'll be the second out on the pop-up to Fernandez. And now coming up to the plate, Jarrett Costa.
That's what you want to see from Driscoll. Just throw a pitch down the middle of the plate, say, here, hit it. I got a defense behind me.
Driscoll set, and the first pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. Jarrett Costa, the left fielder, at the plate. And he's popped up to the catcher twice. In between that, had a fly ball out to Zach Wells in right field. Driscoll set. And the pitch takes a little off that one. Over for a strike. Nice pitch by Driscoll. Count 0-2. Costa, of course, was the left fielder in that last inning, trying to get a call from the umpire that the ball was out of play on the hit by Crosby. This one popped back out of play. Didn't get the call and allowed Crosby to go from second to third to home, and what resulted in an inside the park home run, but largely due to the fact that Costa did make a play on the ball. Costa, short and stout, right-handed hitter. That one a little low, little outside. Costa, 5'9", 185-pounder, played his high school baseball at Washington High School.
Hey, JC, let's go dub on you.
Costa with 1 hit on the season, 1 for 14.
See, put that good swing right here.
That one half swing. Let's see if he went around. Yes, he did. Ring him up. Strike 3 called. So Driscoll comes in, pitches effectively, retires the first 3 batters, and at the end of 6.5 innings of play, Falcons down by 2, 4-2. Well, here we go. Bottom of the 7th inning. Everybody's had a chance to stretch, and leading things off for the Falcons, number 11 designated hitter Nick Spini. Spini had a base hit, kinda, in the 2nd, and flied out to center in the 5th. And boy, that fly out to center was deep. As Spini almost trips over backwards. He would have never lived that down if that would have happened. New pitcher, Alex Mason, on the hill out of Del Oro High School. Just a freshman, right-handed pitcher. Next pitch. And that's outside for a ball count now, 1-1. Alex Mason, 5'10", 200-pounder, 20.25 ERA, 0-0 on the season. That ball high and outside in only 1.1 inning of work. In that inning, he gave up 2 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, and had 2 strikeouts. Mason ready, and the next pitch to Spini, and he hits that one, but the second baseman over Van de Gooch, but can't handle it cleanly, and Spini's going to be on. I think that will go as another hit. That would have been a sensational play by Van de Gooch, and I don't know if he even fields it cleanly if he's able to turn and make the throw. So another hit by Nick Spini.
Yeah, Van de Gooch really had to just range too far over there. Couldn't stretch his glove out far enough to really get a handle on it.
So the second inning in a row, the Falcons have got the leadoff hitter aboard. And they'd like to cash in Spini and get into this 2-run lead. Bulldogs up 4-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Now at the plate, David Fernandez, a shortstop. That one in the dirt for a ball. Spini doesn't have great speed, but he's tall, lanky, very athletic, and he can get around the base pretty quickly. Tall, lanky freshman David Fernandez steps in. Big opportunity for the freshman here. Alex Mason pitching out of the stretch. Throws over Spini back easily. There you see Coach Bobby Campo doing a great job coaching first base for the Falcons. Long-time fixture here at the college, and one of the better athletes to ever come out of Vallejo.
Yeah, Spini really not leading off to steal here. Down 2.
That pitch a little bit low. Looked like Fernandez was around a bunt, pulls the bat back. Count now 2-0.
Fernandez with a single and a stolen base back in the 5th inning. Really thought the Falcons were going to score in that inning.
Fernandez already around a bunt and hits this one sharply. First baseman fields it smook over to Van de Gooch covering second, all the while Spini able to scamper down to second. So with 1 out, Spini on second. And now coming up to the plate, Edgar Ibarra, the left fielder. Edgar Ibarra grounded out to the shortstop in the 3rd, had a walk in the 5th. So Ibarra 0 for 1 with a walk in this afternoon's contest. And Alex Mason facing Ibarra for the first time. The freshman right-hander ready. Check Spini. And the pitch low in the dirt. Spini thought about getting over to 3rd, saw that the catcher Trowbridge had it trapped in his mitt and gets back to 2nd.
Really good pick by Trowbridge. He'd have had Spini picked off if he had a defender covering second base there.
Yeah, nice job by the catcher Trowbridge. Trowbridge is sophomore out of Aptos High School. Mason set, next pitch, low in the dirt. And so the count now 2-0. Mason got behind against Spini, resulting in a base hit. Now finds himself down in the count to Edgar Ibarra. San Mateo coming into this game 1-2 on the season, lost their opener to Sierra 3-2. Then they beat Reedley 6-5 and lost to Diablo Valley College on Tuesday 10-7. Ibarra, the left-handed hitter, said, here's the pitch at the knees for a strike. Good pitch by Mason. Really needed that one. Gets the count now to 2-1 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Bulldogs up by 2, 4-2. Pretty good ball game, eh, Zach?
Very good ball game.
And here's the next pitch. This one is ripped, but right to the shortstop. Van de Gooch throws over. Good play by the first baseman, Smoot, to be able to get that ball, get Ibarra out. All the while, Spini able to get down to third with 2 outs. And now, Gio Torres up to the plate.
Number 12, Giovanni Torres.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't hit into luck. Hit a hard ball, but hit it right at the defender.
Van de Gooch with an excellent play there. Nice play by Smoot, too, to dig that one out of the dirt. All right, big opportunity for Torres here. Runner at third with 2 outs. Falcons down by 2. This pitch gets away. Here comes Spini, and he scores. So big run by the Falcons. Now they're down by 1. And you see Torres give the nice little fist bump to Spini. He's feeling a little bit better now at the bat with 2 outs, and that runner is home.
Oh, yeah.
So the Falcons manufacture a run here, get the leadoff runner on, able to get Spini all the way around without a hit, and he scores on the wild pitch by Mason.
Like you said at the bottom of the 6th, Falcons do not give up. They're right back in this ball game.
Yeah, and that just comes from Coach Stover and the way he works with these kids. You're always in it, and I've seen them time and time come back from 6, 7, 8 runs down. Of course, JUCO baseball, that happens a little bit more. That pitch swing and miss by Torres got his money's worth on that swing. So nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs, but the Falcons able to get another run. And Torres would like to keep this inning going here. Takes a little off that one. Mason does, and inside. Count now 2-2. So 2's all around. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. If we had Grote still pitching, it'd be 2-2 on the mound.
Yep.
Where we got 4-1. Needs to make a pitch here, get his team back in the dugout. Leading by a run. Here's the pitch by Mason, and it's hit. Shortstop coming in. DeFazio, long throw, and gets him. What a play by the All-American Brandon DeFazio. Excellent play at short. So the Falcons get another run. They inch closer, down by 1, 4-3 as we head into the top of the 8th inning.
For Solano.
Let's go, we're on this game, let's go.
After the 7th inning stretch, here we come to the bottom of the 7th. Your Solano Falcons trailing San Mateo Bulldogs 4-3. We have a new pitcher, number 15, Max Van Dyke for the Falcons. Or top of the 8th, sorry. Top of the 8th, your Falcons trailing 4-3. Max Van Dyke pitching for the Falcons, and here's his first pitch to the shortstop DeFazio, and that's low for a ball 1. Of course, DeFazio makes the last out of the inning, has to be the leadoff hitter. That's the way it always works. Second pitch from Van Dyke, and that's in there for strike 1. That strike zone seems like it's getting a little bigger as the game goes on, giving some of those belt high strikes he wasn't giving earlier. So the next pitch from Van Dyke, and there's a breaking ball. Strike 2. Drops right in there. Fazio 0 for 2 today with a walk and a stolen base. Here's the pitch from Van Dyke, and this is fouled back. Sorry, DeFazio's 0-1 with a sac fly in this game, and a walk. That fly ball to center field in the 6th inning. 1-2 pitch to DeFazio. And that ball is right in there at the knees for strike 3. DeFazio caught looking there. Nice pitch there by Max Van Dyke. Van Dyke, in his first appearance of the season, went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits, but no earned runs, no strikeouts, no walks. Got his first strikeout there. Up next, Tobridge, catcher for the Bulldogs, and he takes a ball for the first pitch. Tobridge with 2 walks in this game. Second pitch from Van Dyke is a ball. Tobridge showing a lot of patience up at the plate. 8 walks coming into this game, has another 2 today. On-base percentage up over 700. And the pitch looked like it hit Tobridge, but umpire's saying it hit the knob of the bat, calling it a foul ball. Coach for San Mateo out to argue. Umpires will have a conference. Tobridge had the ball just come right by him, and he started trotting off to first base. Umpires will talk it over.
Let's pause it. Right now. Just hit the pause.
So after the umpires got together, we do have a hit by pitch, so Tobridge will jog on over to first base.
And I see Max Van Dyke on the mound for the Falcons.
Struck out Brandon DeFazio looking to lead off the inning.
Yeah, Max Van Dyke, boy, what a really good kid. Sophomore pitcher last year, came in, had trouble with his control at times, but really came on towards the end of the season. Pitched really well in the opening game against DVC, came in, big jam in the 8th inning, and able to get 2 outs in that inning, hold the damage to 1 run. DVC did tie the game in the bottom of the 8th, but Max Van Dyke, I think, really kept the Falcons in that game, getting 2 big outs with runners in scoring position in that one.
Tobridge with a small lead off of first base. Van Dyke comes set. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1.
Certainly the Bulldogs here would love to get another run.
Love to cushion their lead a bit.
Absolutely, especially the way that the Falcons have cut into that what once was a 4-0 lead, score now 4-3.
Van Dyke not checking on the runner over at first. Here's the pitch, and there's a line drive into center field, and that's going to hit the gap. Just missing it as a center fielder.
Boy,
Rounding second. And he's rounding third. He's coming home. And we have an in-the-park home run, number 2 of the game.
Boy, that one, I thought Torres again was going to be able to get to it, but again, the wind just pushing that ball out towards center, blowing away from the center fielder, and that is a costly hit. Torres makes that catch. Now it's 2 outs. The runner has to get all the way back to first.
That ball just kept trailing away and over his head. And here's a bunt, and he is going to be up safe.
Boy, and that was just the speed of number 11.
And they're calling him
yes,
out.
They are.
He stepped out of the batter's box on the play.
So that's a break for the Falcons. Max Van Dyke, he was sprinting full speed. He was trying to catch up with number 11, Chris Berry, in the foot race. He lost that one, but gets the break as Berry steps out of the base pass. Called out by the home plate umpire. And so that'll be the second out here in the inning.
Big break for Solano. Even I was caught unaware after that in the park homer. Wasn't expecting the next guy to bunt. Here's the first pitch to Alan Smoot, and that's fouled back behind the Falcons dugout for strike 1.
Boy, how often do you see 2 inside the park home runs in a game? We've seen both, one by Crosby and then another one here by Ryan O'Malley.
I've seen him in Little League a couple times.
Yeah, that's rare even for JUCO baseball.
0-1 pitch to Smoot, grounds it to first base, and he'll take it himself.
So unassisted play there by Crosby. Gets the third out in the inning. But boy, the Bulldogs come right back after the Falcons closed it to 1 run. They had 2 more at the end of 7.5 innings of play. San Mateo now up 5-3 over the Falcons. 6-3 over the Falcons. All right, we're ready to go here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. New pitcher, Skylar Fuss on the mound. Zach Wells there to greet him. First pitch, inside for a ball. Skylar Fuss, number 32 right-handed pitcher, just a freshman out of San Benito High School. Next pitch to Wells, catches the outside corner for a strike. Count now 1-1.
Wells got on base both times he had to lead off an inning this game.
Fuss ready. Next pitch, big rip by Wells, fouls it back. Fuss comes into the game. He's pitched 1.2 innings, has given up a hit. No decision, .00 ERA. 0.00. Get that decimal right, baby. Here we go. Fuss's next pitch. Wells goes with it, hits it into center field. Nice bit of hitting by the sophomore. Just went down and got that one and drove it over the second base bag into center field.
Really same as his first swing to lead off the game. Nice up the middle approach.
And Wells, that's his 3rd hit in the game. Had that base hit, as you just said, Zach, to start the game off. Grounded out in the 3rd, but a double in the 6th and now base hit here in the 8th. Falcons again trying to answer back, down by 3. They've got 6 outs remaining. First pitch to Brasher. A little bit outside for a ball.
Wells,
excuse me, that was a strike. Sorry, Zach.
Wells 3 for 4 with a stolen base. I think the Falcons might have found their leadoff hitter for most of the season. Keeps up production like that.
Yeah, they had Brasher leading off in the first game. Throw over, Wells back easily. They had Wells hitting behind Brasher, but I like you said, I like Wells in the leadoff spot. If you hit in the 2 spot for the Falcons and you have a good leadoff hitter, you're going to be bunting most of the time. Zach Wells, one of the best hitters in the Bay Valley Conference. I think you want him to be swinging a little bit more. That pitch, I think it got Brasher. And it did, so I think it just caught him either on the wrist or on the sleeve. Couldn't quite see, but we know Falcons now have runners on first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. And here comes Alex Crosby, the pride of Will Seawood High School. Big opportunity for the sophomore here. So Brasher hit by the pitch. Wells started off the inning with a clean single up the middle. Wells at second, Brasher at first, Crosby at the plate. And you really look at this team. You look at Wells, you look at Brasher, you look at Crosby. These are the 3 leaders on this team and probably 3 of their best players. Opportunity for them to get some work done here. Fuss is ready, out of the stretch. No, he's not. He fakes the throw. Wells back to second. That wind is still blowing pretty hard. Still out towards right center. Crosby gets one up into that wind. He could tie this thing up. That pitch was low. So Fuss in a bit of a jam. Comes in with that 20.25, or excuse me, I was looking at Alex Mason. This kid, his ERA is okay.
Yeah.
0.00.
Hasn't given up a run in an inning in 2/3.
Only 1 hit.
Little trouble here. And Crosby had the big hit in the 6th inning. 2 RBI in the Parker. And
Falcons could use another big hit right here, couldn't they? So Fuss checks the runners. Here's the throw. Swing and a miss by Crosby. Got his money's worth on that rip, but comes up empty.
he was hungry for that pitch. Maybe a little too high. Should have laid off of it.
Yeah, that was about letter high. Fuss challenges him with the fastball. Crosby goes after it. Doesn't get it. Count 1-1. Here's a pitch by Fuss. Swing and a miss again by Crosby. Crosby looks like he's trying to tie this thing up with one swing there. Count now 1-2. Fuss ahead in the count. Be funny if that guy's a teacher. Hi, Mr. Fuss. Fuss doesn't want a fuss in this inning. Needs a pitch here, though. Here it comes. A little bit high and outside for a ball. Count now 2-2. So big moment in the game for the Falcons. Bottom of the 8th inning. Still nobody out. Runners on first and second. Down by a tray. And this is a guy they want in this position with the runners on base. Game on the line. Here's the pitch, and it's ripped foul. Out of play. Little action in the Falcons bullpen.
And after that last swing went foul down the left field line, left fielder Costa moved a little closer to the line. Maybe doesn't want a repeat of that 6th inning.
Crosby with 2 runs batted in today and a chance to get another one or 2 here. But Fuss has got 2 fastballs by him, needs to get one more. Here comes a pitch, swing and a miss. Alex Crosby goes down swinging. Pretty good matchup there. Fuss came after him 3 times with the heat, and Crosby came up empty 3 times. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. And now Justin Quilliton strolls up to the plate. Big opportunity for the sophomore out of Hogan High School. That was a big strikeout by Mr. Fuss.
Really a quiet day for Quilliton, 0 for 3 with a strikeout.
He liked to tell you he's due.
Falcons would like to see him come up big here.
Here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner. Nice pitch by Skylar Fuss. Looks like Rolando O'Halloran warming up for the Falcons. Out in the Falcon bullpen. JQ at the plate, as he likes to go by. Wells at second, Brasher at first. That pitch a little bit outside for a ball. Count 1-1. 1 out. Everybody into this game now. Both teams' coaches up on the dugout fence. Two of the better teams, two of the better baseball programs in all of Northern California going at it this afternoon. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss by JQ.
Took a good healthy rip at that one, trying to tie this ball game up.
Nothing fancy with Fuss, boy. He just throws the ball and here, see if you can hit this. So far, none of the Falcons have been able to. Well, I guess Zach Wells did get the base hit to get things started. He hit Brasher, struck out Crosby. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner, ring him up, strike 3, called Skylar Fuss with another big pitch. So 2 outs. Falcons look like they were getting something going here. Wells getting on with the base hit, and then Brasher getting hit by the pitch. Runners on first and second. Nobody out, but after 2 Ks by Skylar Fuss, 2 outs, and now Tucker Bishop at the plate. Another big moment for the freshman out of Benicia. We'll see if Fuss challenges a kid. Here it comes. Took a little bit off that one. A little bit outside for a ball. Pretty good pitch by Fuss. Doesn't get the call. A lot of action in the San Mateo bullpen as well, just in case. Fuss taking his time. Has the sign. Checks the runners. All right, now he's ready. Into the stretch. And the pitch, high and inside for a ball. And it got Tucker Bishop, got him on the jersey. And so another hit batter. That's 2 by Fuss in the inning. That'll load him up. And now coming up to the plate, Nick Speeney. So a base hit, a hit batter, 2 strikeouts, another hit batter, and the bases are full here in the bottom of the 8th, and that might be it for Skylar Fuss as Doug Williams goes out to the mound. And we've got a new pitcher trotting in. Still can't see the number, Zach. I see a 6, and it might just be 6 alone, right?
16, Alex Palsha.
16. Alex Palsha comes in to pitch. 4.15 earned run average, 0-1 on the season, 4.1 innings pitched. He's given up 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So Alex Palsha, he'll get the ball with 2 outs, and the base is full. San Mateo up 6-3 in this game. Well, it's been a pretty good game so far, Zach, but still some work to do. And the Falcons, they just keep coming. They're going to keep putting pressure on you, and they're going to see if they can get the job done. Raina, we're going to go to a break. Beanie, big opportunity early in the season for the sophomore. And he's a pretty vocal leader on this team. This will really give him an opportunity to get some more credibility if he delivers with a big hit here. Bases full. Here's the pitch by Alex Palsha, who comes in outside for a ball.
Spinny singled to lead off the last inning for the Falcons.
Actually has 2 hits in this game. First one was questionable on that grounder to third. Swing and a miss by Speeney. He was trying to give the Falcons the lead on that cut. And Speeney's got some pop in his bat. He can give the ball a ride, especially if you get it up in the wind. But right now, he'd just like to hit something into the outfield that bounces and gets a couple runs in. That one low, just below the knees. Count now 2-1. Count now in Speeney's favor with 2 outs here.
Well, new pitcher, you want to make him throw you strikes. If he's going to walk you with the bases loaded, you take it.
All right, big moment for Alex Palsha here. And the pitch, swing and a miss. That ball was low, probably out of the zone. Speeney went down to try to get it and comes up empty. That might have been ball 3. Count could have been 3-1. Really would have put the pressure on Palsha, the pitcher.
Looked like a golf swing there.
All right, big moment in the game. Palsha steps off the mound. So Zach Wells standing at third. Over at second base. You've got, Brasher at second. And Tucker Bishop at first. Palsha set. Speeney ready, and the pitch takes some off that one, hit to the second baseman, and he flips it over to the first baseman to get the third out. Big pitch by Alex Palsha, comes in, gets that all-important third out, so the Falcons knocking on the door, can't get anybody home, still down by 3. We head into the 9th, folks. Bulldogs up over the Falcons, 6-3. So in to pitch the 9th inning for the Falcons, Rolando O'Halloran. His second appearance on the season, pitched in that opening game on Friday. And Kalen Robinson at the plate. First pitch by O'Halloran, just a little bit outside for a ball. O'Halloran came in and actually pitched the 9th and 10th innings in that game against DVC. Pitched 1.2 innings, gave up 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, no runs. Next pitch, over the plate for a strike. Good pitch by Rolando. Rolando O'Halloran, he's a freshman out of Vallejo. Actually was on the team last year, but redshirted. Graduated from Vallejo High School in 2011. Next pitch by O'Halloran. Catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. Kalen Robinson at the plate. Thus far, he's 0 for 3. Was aboard in the 5th on an error by the third baseman, and just kind of lifts that one over the second baseman, JQ, into right field for a single. So Kalen Robinson getting things started for San Mateo. They're thinking, hey, we're not done yet. We want to get more of a cushion. 3 runs. We've heard these Falcons can come from behind. We want to pad that lead, and Robinson gets things started here in the top of the ninth.
Really just a nice little half swing there and just kind of chunked it the other way.
Yeah, just went with the pitch and lifted it over the second baseman's head into right field. Throw over by O'Halloran, but Robinson back safely. Dane Vandegooch now at the plate. Left-handed hitter, throw over again. Robinson back easily. Vandegooch has really played well at second base today, has made some excellent plays. Still looking for his first hit. That one a little bit low for a ball. Count 1-0. Getting chilly here as we're getting towards sunset. Right now, getting close to 5, getting a little bit cooler. Temperatures are dropping. Throw over a little bit closer, but Robinson back easily. In case you're wondering about the Falcons and their best start to a season, that one lays down a bunt and it goes foul. Good decision by Tucker Bishop to let that keep rolling and go foul. Falcons getting off to the 2 victories to start off the 2013 campaign. Their best start under the tutelage of head coach Scott Stover was in 2007 when both Tommy Pavesi and Dustin Crenshaw, 2 of the assistant coaches for the Falcons, were both playing. Falcons started 5-0. Their non-conference record in 2008. Typically, Solano plays a real tough non-conference schedule. They play all the tough teams in some of the tough teams in Northern California, and usually about 500, 6 or so after non-conference play. Throw over again by O'Halloran, but Robinson back safely.
Really making sure that runner doesn't get in the scoring position. Can't let him get any insurance runs here. 3 is enough.
That's certainly what Coach Stover's thinking. That pitch outside. So the count now 2-1. Boy, with all the throws over to first base, it seems like Vandegooch has been up at bat for a lot more than 3 pitches. So the count 2-1. Here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium on the campus of Solano Community College. That one is bunted right back to the pitcher. Throws to Crosby at first. Nice play by O'Halloran. Retires the runner at first, but Vandegooch does his job. Gets Robinson down to second on the sacrifice. So that's the first out in the inning. Now Joe Armstrong coming up to the plate. Armstrong flied out to right to start things off in his first at-bat in the first. Walked in the 4th, got a hit, and scored in the 6th. And that ball hit foul, way out of play. And then Armstrong popped up to the shortstop, Fernandez, in the 7th inning. Joe Armstrong, the designated hitter today. Usually you'll find Armstrong out in center field for San Mateo. But today, Kalen Robinson, who's standing at second, got the start in second. Armstrong, the designated hitter, and a chance to get Robinson home here. A O'Halloran set, and the pitch took a little off that one. Low and outside. So the count now even. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the 9th. Bulldogs up 6-3. These 2 teams will lock horns again on Tuesday at San Mateo. So a little home and away series with the Bulldogs and the Falcons. Good pitch by O'Halloran, took something off that one, and completely fooled Armstrong on the pitch. Count now 1-2.
Robinson dancing off for second a little bit on that last pitch, but I don't think he'll be taken off for third.
O'Halloran looked like he was going to come home. Stepped off the mound. Gets the runner back. And when O'Halloran first came in his first appearance against DVC in the 9th inning, came in with 2 runners on, able to get out of that jam, pitch really well. That one ripped into right. Zach Wells comes in and makes the catch. He's going to have a chance to double up the runner, throws to second, gets Robinson. That'll end the inning. Now we head to the bottom of the 9th. Falcons down 6-3. Let's see what happens here on the Solano College Sports Network. All right, for the Falcons here in the bottom of the 9th. Pinch hitter Chad Fortney will be batting for David Hernandez. Chad Fortney, sophomore out of Vacaville. This will be his first appearance of the 2013 campaign last year. Excellent utility player for the Falcons and a pretty decent hitter. Hit .295. He'll face new pitcher DJ Sharabi on the hill. First pitch, and it hits Fortney. So not what you want to see if you're for the Bulldogs, bringing your relief pitcher out of the bullpen and promptly hits the first pitcher right in the buttocks and sends him to first.
But you don't mind seeing it if you're a Falcons fan.
You don't at all. Boy, that's the 3rd hit batter in the last 2 innings by a San Mateo pitcher.
Another pinch hitter.
Danny Mills coming up. So Chad Fortney batting for Fernandez. Gets hit by the pitcher. And now Danny Mills coming up. And Danny Mills came up in a big situation against DVC in Game 1. I believe was the 6th inning, top of the 6th. Falcons down by 2 runs, 2 runners on, 2 outs in that inning. Danny Mills comes up and just smokes the ball in the gap, gets both runs in, ties up the game.
So he's a perfect person for this sort of situation.
Actually gave the Falcons the lead. They went up 3-2 at that point. DVC scoring in the bottom of the 8th to knot that one up. Ended up finishing the next day in the 20th inning. Big home run by Justin Quilliton. All right, Danny Mills set. DJ Sharabi on the hill. This will be a second pitch. Fastball low. Danny Mills out of Rodriguez High School. Really like this kid. If you ever talk to him, he talks and sounds exactly like Colin Kaepernick. All right, DJ is set. Here's the throw. A little bit inside for a ball. Count 2-0. Chad Fortney on first. Excellent speed. Very good athlete. And Danny Mills runs pretty well, too, at the plate.
So far, it doesn't look like Sharabi's scared to pound the inside of the plate at all.
Sharabi throw over, but Fortney able to get back easily. Chad Fortney, his senior season, hit .486 when he was playing for Vacaville. Danny Mills hit .400 his senior season at Rodriguez in 2010. That one catches the inside part of the plate. That'll be the first strike on Mills. Count now 2-1. Falcon hitters really going to try to work the count. Then just wait for a pitch to hit and drive it somewhere. DJ Sharabi set. Pitch. Inside. Count now 3-1. Things getting a little more nerve-wracking for Coach Doug Williams and the San Mateo Bulldogs here. Falcons down by 3. Down to their last 3 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. DJ Sharabi out of the pen, pitching for the Bulldogs. This one hit, and it's hit into center field. Fortney will probably hold that second. Get that Chad and the Fortney, end up with Chutney. We're not eating yet, though, are we?
Nope.
Falcons would like to, and they got something going here with Mills on first, Fortney on second. And DJ Sharabi coming in to try to close this thing down has not been able to get an out with the two batters that he's faced, and we'll see if they go to the bullpen. And coming up to hit for the Falcons will be freshman Matt Mitchell. Mitchell out of Bethel High School, and he's been up 4 times thus far in the season. 2 big hits, hitting .500, has a double. So the Bulldogs still with some work to do in this game. So DJ Sharabi will exit. And now new pitcher coming in for the Bulldogs. And it looks like it's going to be number 14, Joey Esposito. He's pitched 1.1 innings. He's given up 2 hits, nothing on the ERA, and no decision. All right, here we go, folks. New pitcher in, Joey Esposito. Got some work to do. And Matt Mitchell steps in at the plate. Big opportunity for the freshman here. Bulldogs chatting it up. Falcons getting louder over in their dugout. Here's the first pitch by Joey Esposito, and at the knees for a strike.
Well, so far this pinch hitting's been working for Coach Stover. Start off the inning. First 2 batters on.
Yeah, and Fortney and Mills are 2 guys that you're going to see a lot during the season that Stover knows he can go to in big situations, and these kids will step up for him. Next pitch, a little bit outside for a ball. And you look at Mills and Fortney. Last year, when these kids were freshmen, I was always getting them mixed up. They really look similar. All right. Matt Mitchell, kid out of Bethel. Here's the pitch. Good eye by Mitchell. Takes that pitch inside. After Justin Quilliton hit that home run in game 1 in 20th inning, Mitchell came in the next game, had a big double to get a run across. Could use one here. That pitch a little bit outside for a ball. Good job by Mitchell working the count. Esposito coming in out of the pen. Big situation for the sophomore pitcher here. Joey Esposito from Southern California played his high school ball at Temecula Valley. All right. Here we go, folks. Esposito, no! Takes a look over to second. Fortney back easily. And all of a sudden, the wind has died down. There's a little calm. We'll see if it's the calm before the storm for the Falcons as they get ready. Here's the pitch. Took a little bit off that one. Too high ball for Matt Mitchell. Works a walk. That'll load up the bases. And let's see who's going to come up. Wouldn't you know it? Zach Wells, the leadoff hitter, strolls to the plate. Probably the guy you want in this situation. I think the smartest, most disciplined hitter for the Falcons.
In this game, definitely seems like he's been seeing the ball better than anyone else today. Although shadow's starting to set in over the field.
So Zach Wells at the plate, bases loaded, nobody out here, and that hits him. So that's going to get a run across. Here comes Chad Fortney. Chad Fortney started things off getting hit by a pitch, and he comes home to score. Falcons down by 2. Zach Wells takes one in the rear end and gets the run batted in. Zach Wells, a pretty productive day at the plate. He's got 3 hits. He's been on base 4 times, and he's got a couple runs batted in. And we might have another pitching change. Joey Esposito comes in. He walks Mitchell, hits Zach Wells. Falcons get a run home, and that's going to be it for Esposito. Preston Tarter pressed into action, comes out of the bullpen tough spot for the sophomore out of Centennial High School. Bases full. Falcons down by 2 here in the bottom of the 9th. And Aaron Brasher at the plate for the Falcons. Danny Mills standing at third. You got Zach Wells at first. And here's and that hits! Brasher gets another run home. Now Falcons down by 1. San Mateo just struggling with their control. In the last 2 innings, Zach, that's the 5th batter hit by a pitch.
They're just imploding. And they're probably even at an advantage right now with the sun going down. The ball actually starts in the sun, moves into the shadows as it's coming towards the plate. Probably not the easiest thing for the hitters to see, but the ball's just coming right at them anyways.
And now look who comes up to the plate. Alex Crosby. Another big opportunity for the kid out of Woolsey Wood High School. So now you got Brasher at first, Zach Wells standing at second base, and Matt Mitchell, the tying run 90 feet away at third. It doesn't get better than this, folks. Bottom of the 9th, bases jammed, Falcons down by a run. Here's the pitch, and Crosby goes and gets it. It's hit right behind the bag. The shortstop steps on first for 1, over to second. Big double play for San Mateo. But
we could be looking at extra innings.
big play by Brandon DeFazio. That's why this kid's an All-American. Excellent play. Flips it to the second baseman. Throws over to first. Big double play. So the bases were full. Nobody out. Just like that. 2 outs. Tying run 90 feet away. Or excuse me, tying run came home, Zach.
Yes.
We're all tied up, baby.
Winning run 90 feet away.
Winning run 90 feet away. And Justin Quilliton, the hero in game one, a chance to be the hero again. That pitch at the knees for a strike. Nice pitch by Preston Tarter. Hard to keep track of all these pitchers coming in. So busy watching that double play. Didn't see that run come home, but a pretty big run. Can't miss that one. That one goes all the way to the backstop. Here comes Wills. Play the plate. He's in. He is safe. And the Falcons are going to win this game 7-6. Oh my, Zach, what a comeback by the Falcons to get their 3rd win of the season against a very solid San Mateo team.
Of course, the way that inning was going, you knew it was going to be some sort of fluky wild pitch or a hit batsman or something like that, and that's exactly what it was. Wild pitch, and the catcher can't get to it in time. Nice awareness there by Zach Wells.
And so that will get, and he didn't get in by much. Boy, Zach Wells, as you said,
First dive into home.
Excellent speed. Just gets under the tag by Trowbridge, and folks, you saw it all with a great camera work by Reina Carrasco as the Falcons come back down by 3. Going into the bottom of the 9th, able to put 4 on the board and win this one 7-6. And Rolando O'Halloran picking up his first win on the season. Well, folks, it's cold. We're going to get out of here, but we're so happy you enjoyed this game with us on the Solano College Sports Network. And for Reina Carrasco, our excellent camera person, Zach Kraft, I'm Greg Poff here on the Solano College Sports Network at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Final score in this one, folks. Falcons come from behind, win over San Mateo, 7-6. Good night now.